Alright, welcome back to Season 2 of We Fucking Love TV. Woo. We told you we weren't going to leave you guys. Yes. Come to our website, wefuckinglovetv.com, WEFKNLOVETV.com. We should do a thing for that.
Yeah,
a little commercial. That way I don't have to say it so many fucking times.
Okay, we'll do that. And it's just the two of us today. We're going to have some guests pretty soon.
So, we can talk about this one thing real quick. I was watching E the other day, unfortunately. It was kind of thrust upon me like anal sex. I was watching E, and they were going over the highest paid people on TV right now. Not movies or nothing like that, but highest paid people on TV. Right. Guess who the highest paid person is on TV right now?
Who is it?
Judge Judy.
That's ridiculous.
She makes $45 million in one fucking year.
Judge Judy.
Judge Judy.
So does she even actually do anything real anymore? Or
I don't know.
I judge her. My father-in-law's always watching judge shows. He loves those courtroom shows.
Then I think Ashton Kutcher makes like $700,000 a show for going on to the 2.5 Men. He makes more than John Cryer does, and he's been on the damn show for how long?
But John Cryer's got something to say about that.
Yeah.
I'm sure he probably doesn't even speak to him in the dressing room or anything.
Shave that beard.
Why are we talking about 2.5 Men on this without some sort of...
You want to put the icing on the cake and talk about some Big Bang Theory as well? Maybe some Whitney?
Oh, man. I don't know. I did see an episode of Big Bang Theory the other day. I was at someone's house and it was on, and I was really trying to like it, and there was actually a joke that made me chuckle a little bit, but it's just so contrived. It's just not my thing. I'm glad it is some people's thing, but it's not my thing.
Not my thing either. It's like two guys in an apartment trying to bang their neighbor chick, and they use big words. I feel bad for the writers of that show. Have to come
Johnny
up with all that shit.
Galecki is actually really good. That is his name, right?
Yeah.
Johnny Galecki. He was really good on Roseanne and Christmas Vacation, even when he was younger. I just think he could have a better show. He probably couldn't have a more successful show, but I think he's a good enough actor he could be on a better show.
Yeah, whether it's sucky or not, it is a pretty successful show. You can't argue that.
Yeah.
It was in
I remember years ago. I can't even remember how long it's been on. It seems like it's been on 6 or 7 years, but I'm not sure. Maybe less. But I remember when it was first coming on, I was like, this thing's going to be over in one season.
Yep.
I was so wrong.
I kind of wish that for How I Met Your Mother, but it didn't work out.
Well, even fans of that are saying that it's just scraping the bottom of the barrel right now.
How many seasons has that been on? When you have a show that's on that long, of course you're going to.
Yeah.
You run out of ideas. Run out of ways to make Kobe Smulders look sexy.
Well, anything past 6 seasons, comedy-wise, you're just doing it for the money, and everybody knows it.
Alright, that's our cue to go to commercial break. Don't adjust bunny ears on your iPods. We'll be right back.
This week's podcast brought to you by...
Has your eBay habit gotten out of hand? Your old lady say it's just rocks? Well, we know better down at Hank and Marie's Minerals. So stop on in and have one of our friendly and trained staff show your lady just what kind of a fortune you come into on the eBay. We're here all week long, all day, all night, except when we have a little bit of police work to do.
You can take it from me, Hank and Marie have got all the minerals that you need.
Alright, we're back on We Fucking Love TV, Season 2, Episode 1. Thanks for coming back, you guys, and listening to us.
It's amazing that we've got sponsors now.
Yeah, we do got sponsors now.
Incredible.
That's kind of a new start up there. So we're going to piggyback off each other until one of us makes a little money.
So good news, you were telling me that House of Pain is ending.
Oh yeah, House of Pain did end. I think they had a series finale. Tyler Perry replaced it with another show of his.
Well, TBS will never stop playing the reruns.
Oh no.
They'll start moving off shows we actually like.
TBS has got Tyler Perry's balls cupped in the hands of their producers. And
I think it's the other way around.
It could be. Oh, make us something else, Tyler. I think I'm taking that too far.
I don't think you took it far enough.
You want to talk about Dead Freight?
I don't know what that is, but go ahead.
The last episode of Breaking Bad.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about Breaking Bad altogether this season, which I don't think it's as slow of a burn as it was
last season was, yeah. Season was slow.
Dead Freight is probably one of the best episodes of any show ever made.
I was going to say that. That is like one of the only shows I've ever seen, one of the only episodes on television I've ever seen where I'm like, come on!
I was so nervous.
I know.
I really wanted them to get that train robbed. And then at the end of it, I just wanted to celebrate with them. And then what happened.
In pure Breaking Bad fashion.
Mm-hmm. Vince Gilligan's just a genius. Best line in it, was when Skylar says, burying bodies, and Walt says, robbing a train. Loved it.
I like when Hank called, what's his face, Emo McGee.
Yeah.
Y'all can keep talking about me now.
I'm not sure what's PC about. I don't care, though.
What?
Maybe it's PC to impersonate him, since that's how he actually does talk in real life.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he's really, he really does have cerebral palsy.
It's time for Tweets and Shit.
I'm going to refer to some tweets I made here recently. Just really quickly, going to go down the list. Isn't the new Nashville show that has the cheerleader from Heroes in it?
Hayden Panettiere.
Isn't that just really the movie Country Strong? They're just going to endlessly do it. I mean, obviously it has to end with the Gwyneth Paltrow character committing suicide, right?
I've never seen Country Strong, so I can't compare.
It's actually really good. There's good songs in it.
Really? Country?
The songs that Garrett Hudlin performs in it, and he's not even a country singer. He just kind of learned how to sing for the movie. He's an actor. The songs that he does in it are great.
I always thought it was just a 2.5 hour version of Glee, country style, and I just wrote it off.
Oh, yeah, I do want to say, Siri doesn't work like that. Martin Scorsese.
He just says Siri doesn't work like that.
I'm certain that it doesn't. I'm certain you can't say, Siri, move my Monday appointment to Tuesday and my Tuesday to Thursday. She's not going to call these people you have an appointment with, so the only thing that's going to change is your calendar in your iPhone. Give me a break. But you wanted to say something about the people ditching cable in the past year.
Yeah, I think I read an article, citation needed. 400,000 people have ditched cable already this year, and this was like last month, I think. And that is a testament to everything we bitched about last year.
Well, I can't really say this. There are certain companies that are trying to catch up to new models of doing things, but they're more worried about making sure that they do have their buck first. Like, there's HBO Go, and HBO Go has the option where if you're already a subscriber, you can go watch any of their content.
But they still refuse to make that a single service.
Right.
You have to have the cable package to even get that.
Yeah, you should be able to just pay for that.
Yeah, I would. Totally.
I don't know the logistics of it, but what is HBO Extra? $15 a month added onto your satellite bill or your cable, right?
We'll give it that, yeah.
So make it $7.50. I'm sure people would pay that. I would pay that.
I'd pay that for the online-only version without having to have the damn cable, yeah.
Well, I would like there to be an app through your hub or your Blu-ray player. That would be handy.
Yeah, or like Netflix. They've put their little program on everything now that has internet. PlayStations, Xboxes, everything.
Right. Yeah, HBO Go is on Xbox.
Is it?
Yep, along with Hulu and Netflix.
Why don't they just merge with Netflix and just...
Nobody can figure out how to work together. That's the hardest part.
I want more money. No, I want more money. Well, fuck you. We're not doing business together.
Yeah, and Amazon is really doing a terrible job with their... We were talking about Breaking Bad. As soon as there's an episode of Breaking Bad, then I think it's the next day the new episode's on there. And it's... I can't remember how much it is. It seems like $3 or $4 or something for one episode, one 45-minute episode of a show. That is just terrible. I mean, you could pay for cable after you bought a whole season of that. Say a season is 10 episodes at $4 a piece. That's 40. You might as well just have the...
Yeah, might as well wait till the end of the year and buy the DVD set.
Right, yeah. You know, there's only certain shows you're going to watch over and over, and dramas are going to be rough just watching a single episode or a single disc. I mean, you're probably going to start at the beginning if you're going to watch them and watch it all over again.
Yeah, I don't think dramas have that much of a rewatchability to begin with. You're going to watch one season, shelf that son of a bitch, and never watch it again.
There's some things I've watched multiple times, not many. I've watched The Sopranos probably
really
2 to 3 times all the way through.
I think Breaking Bad is one
I
of
would
them.
say Breaking Bad, I will. Mad Men. You wanted to talk about how there's no real-life relatability of shows middle-class-wise.
Right, there's not, and it's like nobody's noticed it at all in the last 10 years.
There's no Roseanne. There's really not anything with it that represents the struggling America. I mean, maybe nobody wants to see it. Maybe nobody wants to be reminded of the fact that...
Maybe people just want to come home after a long day of fucking giving their hard-earned labor to the man and, you know, making minimum wage to, you know, come home and watch something that's a little fun. Yeah, I get that, but... People want to relate to things, too, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you had your King of Queens. That was more of a middle-class show. You had your Roseanne. When we say middle-class, we're talking about how people live their lives, you know, that are not rich. That can't just I want to go to Miami today. Well, then they just up and fucking go to Miami. Who does that? Who just gets up and goes, oh, we're going to have this party tonight. Let's go buy all the beer. And they spend thousands of dollars on liquor and have a huge party that night.
Who's out on a Saturday and just decides to buy a car?
Nobody.
I don't know anybody who can just decide to buy a car. You've either saved for it or your other one has bit the dust.
I've been needing to buy a car for years.
Yeah. There's a lot of people, there's a whole episode about somebody buying a car that they just stumbled upon or something. I don't know. But there's that. There's people, they're like, oh, I've got to go to Miami. And they go right up to the ticket booth and they buy the only ticket to Miami. And that ticket's probably like $500 or $600 and they just swipe their credit card like it's no big deal.
They didn't wait in line either, so don't worry about that.
Yeah, there's no waiting in line.
What we're talking about again is every character on most of your TV shows these days, comedies, dramas, or whatever, they're all rich, it seems, and they've all got really good jobs, and they're not struggling to pay the bills. I mean, you have Shameless. That is a great show that shows how a whole family of accidental births trying to live together and trying to, make a living, trying to fucking get by every week. And then they've always, in Shameless, if you watch Shameless, it's on Showtime. It stars William H. Macy and Emmy Rossum and a bunch of other people. And if you remember, Van, the guy from Reba, it plays one of my all-time favorite characters on television on Shameless. He's great. I love it.
The only person who ever mattered on Reba was Cheyenne.
Oh, yeah.
That was the only person.
Anyway, about the show. In Shameless, every year, if they have any extra money at all, this whole family, they put all their extra money in this can. I forgot what they named the can. And sometimes at the end of the year, they'll have $1,000. Sometimes at the end of the year, they'll have $2,000. It just... whatever. That's what they pay their bills with. That's what they do things with, to treat themselves. Treat yourself. And then this very last season, one of their dads, who's played by William H. Macy, one of his... well, I can't say it's one of his crankos because it's actually their biological mother. She comes back, steals it all, and ruins their fucking life. So, yeah, stuff like that. We need to see more of that on television, If you want your audience to relate to your characters in your television show and your writing, make them relate. Mm-hmm. Like, they've saved that money up all fucking year long and then just taken away.
Right.
Good God. Who brought the soapbox in here?
Maybe that's why we don't have adventures, like real adventures in life, because we don't have the money.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're going to try this season 2, iron out the kinks of the first season, like every first season show. You figure out what works and what doesn't work, and we're going to try to... but we are going to introduce some new features, hopefully, this year. And here's one of them.
Oh, yeah. Guilty pleasures.
Josh, what is a show you've watched in the past week you're not proud of and you really don't want anybody knowing? You had to watch it at least longer than 15 minutes.
Gymnastics. Thank you. Thank you for existing. Women's gymnastics. Fuck the rhythmic bullshit with the ribbons. Fuck that. The artistic gymnastics. Thank you for existing. That is so great stuff. That is some amazing shit to watch.
You and I were talking about this the other day. Why is basketball an Olympic sport? It's
people getting paid to do their job in another country.
You've got your gymnasts who, outside of probably a few competitions, they're not out there getting paid for that. I mean, they're making their money on Wheaties boxes if they collect gold.
Yeah. They've sacrificed their whole freaking childhood lives to do...
yeah, train 4 years to do this. And then...
I think it's a lot longer than that.
Well, I mean, between...
oh, you mean between
Olympics.
Between Olympics, yeah.
Meanwhile, basketball players...
sometimes skip fucking college, go straight from high school to fucking...
they just paid an entire season. They're about to be paid for another one, and they're going to go to the Olympics. It's just not right. It shouldn't be an Olympic sport any more than pro football or baseball or anything like that.
I'm going to say soccer, too.
Anything that's televised on the main ESPN channel
all
on a regular
around the
basis.
year. All throughout the year.
Yeah.
And they're athletes that get paid to do what they do. Not getting paid to...
Office Olympics.
We could have Office Olympics.
Pinkerton. That would be fun.
We've
reached the end of this episode?
I think so. Come back next week. Talk to us. Well, you can't talk to us because this is a one-way street, motherfuckers.
Email us.
WeFuckingLoveTV@gmail.com.
Look for more sponsors in the coming weeks.
Tons of more sponsors. We're getting so fucking banked. Come to our Facebook, facebook.com/WeFuckingLoveTV. That's WeFknLovetv, in case you didn't know how to spell that. So, we'll see you next week, guys.
See ya.